This is a new movement, a movement of young women working together for the changes they want to see in their futures.
This is the Young Women's Christian Association, known for their popular slogan of eliminating racism and empowering women. The YWCA advocates for women on levels internationally and in the U.S. They are a safe haven for women of domestic dating abuse, sexual assault, or a victim of child sexual abuse. According to the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence, 1 in 4 women have been victims of severe physical violence by an intimate partner in their lifetime. But these statistics are more than just a simple head count. The NCADV also states a victim of domestic abuse is more prone to depression and suicidal behavior. Female victims are more vulnerable to contract HIVs or other STIs due to forced intercourse or prolonged exposure to stress. The NCADV also shows that 60% of victims lose their jobs due to reasons stemming from abuse. They also explain 1 in 15 children are exposed to intimate partner violence each year, and 90% of these children are eyewitnesses to this violence. That now poses the question, where do women and their children go while they're in these abusive relationships? What if their significant other is their only source of income? What if they have no other option? That's where the YWCA comes into play. The YWCA explains that they fully believe in eliminating racism, empowering women and girls, standing up for social justice, helping families, and strengthening communities. Their overall goal is to create a nurturing, violent-free environment for all persons. While incorporating this goal, YWCA has served over 2 million people in the United States alone and 25 million people across the globe. The YWCA believes the first step to continuously increasing these numbers is prevention and empowerment. One way to prevent abuse is by holding community awareness events and promoting policies that aim to prevent violence before they occur, which is exactly what they do. There are many events held each year in our home of Grand Rapids, including, but not subjected to, the Gazelle Girl Run, the Women's Lawyers First Judges softball game, open circles, and tribute events. Each event has their own special way to prevent and empower women. Each event is also posted on their main website. For example, the Gazelle Girl Run is an event in downtown Grand Rapids aimed to raise money to support women in the Grand Rapids and the surrounding area. The same concept is forwarded to the Women's Lawyers First Judges softball game, which also is an annual charity event aimed to raise money and bring women together. The open circles held by the YWCA are slightly different. Open circles are a place where a speaker comes to share their wisdom, advice, and experience of violence against women. These events raise awareness to further prevent violence in our communities. The Tribute Awards are also slightly different. This is an annual event held in Grand Rapids to honor women trying to better themselves with little to no resources. Each woman represented receives a scholarship to attend an education after high school. But while it is important to prevent abuse from happening, it is evident that it still occurs. So the YWCA does more than just hold community awareness events to raise money and awareness. They directly help victims of dating and domestic abuse. They offer emergency shelters, a safe living program, counseling programs which include both individual counseling and support groups, supervised parenting, and long-term housing is also available for victims of domestic abuse. The YWCA also supports sexual assault victims. According to the YWCA, receiving immediate and follow-up medical attention is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself if you have been sexually assaulted. That's why the YWCA provides rape exams and other medical help that a victim may need. The YWCA also provides crisis help, short-term housing, short-term counseling, individual therapy, support groups, and group therapy sessions are also available for victims of sexual assault or abuse. Victims of child sexual abuse are also supported. Their services for these victims include short-term crisis support, support groups, and group therapy and counseling sessions. Now that you know what the YWCA does and why they do it, you should be asking yourself, how can I get involved? To answer this question, there are many ways to get involved in this organization. One of them is to expand your knowledge on violent issues, which is exactly what we just did. Like I said before, prevention and empowerment is a major tool in defeating abuse. Another way is by making a donation. Donations could be used for community events, households for victims to stay in, and much more. Every penny makes a difference. You can also volunteer at a local shelter or at community events. You can see the YWCA is an excellent organization to get involved in. The YWCA in Grand Rapids has been supporting women for more than 100 years. They are creating communities that embrace diversity, create a safe and empowering environment for all persons, and celebrates peace and justice for all persons as well. They then lead the community to eliminate racism, combat issues of relationship abuse and sexual violence, join the movement, and make this organization last 100 more years.
I'm a woman of color, and I know there are issues we can work on across all racial lines.
Eliminate racism.
Empower women.
Eliminate racism.
Let's own it.
Own it. Own our power. 22 million women will change the world.